Okay, I don't think, like, I do agree with you, Vero, that boys love is definitely a factor. It is a popular genre on Webtoons. It is a thing that brings in a lot of interest from people, and it's popular. But the reason I say that I don't necessarily think that that was 100% of the factor is last week it got into the top three, and it was at, hold on, I'm gonna bring it back up because I have it written down. This is why these stat numbers are so helpful. I'm I feel like you can go back and analyze a lot of this stuff. But it made it into the top three of views last week, and the view count was at 42,208. So it had practically a 20,000 view count increase from last Monday to the following Monday. Something happened in there. Like, we have been tracking a lot of these other series, so like Vampirus, Love Stuck, and they were having steady increases, like 3 to 5,000 views, but nothing like a 20,000 jump. So, and even with Monster Odyssey, it was getting probably minimum 5K views every week, but it did not have any sort of massive spike. So something happened that caused this series to really jump up in the ranking. And so, and it has a lot of really good numbers. Like 8,000 likes is really high. The sub count is super high. Like it's really dominating. So there was something that really made it like spike. And this is why I'm like, it would be so interesting to be able to like talk to this creator and be like, what did you do that made this happen? Like did something go viral, or were you doing nothing and it just went viral on its own? Like, I would love to get some insights from that. Vero said, was mostly joking around. My audience on other sites are into weight gain, so whatever works, just run with it. Oh yeah. I wasn't necessarily taking what you said to be like a 100% negative thing. I just thought it was nice to be able to elaborate on that point, that something else was here, because BL is really popular, and I've watched other like YouTube advice videos or YouTube like creators, and they'll be like, oh, how do you get popular on Webtoons? Make a BL. And it's like, bruh, I mean, sure, but making a BL doesn't guarantee that it's going to be successful. So here are the top 10 in views, which we get to see. Again, it is a huge array of different creators, different series, all that look very different. And the reason, again, I always like to highlight this with anyone who is watching in the future is because, like, you never know what series could be popular. Like, you might look at this series, or you might look at these thumbnails and be like, my series looks like that. And like, maybe your art isn't the most professional or the most polished or the most highly rendered or whatever you want to say, but it just shows you that anything can be popular on Webtoons. And it's all about just believing in the story that you want to create. So let's look at the top views. Oh no, we're doing likes because I have this backwards. Sorry about the slides being wrong. But now we're going to look at, oh my good grief. I'm so confused. Are we looking at likes or views? What the heck? Did I get this wrong? Am I confused? Hold on. Okay, nope, this is right. So we're looking at top likes. And again, this is what's been crazy about this is the last week of the contest, series that have been reigning supreme, so Love Stuck and Vampirus, are getting pushed out of the top 3. They're still in the top 10. Like, if we look here, like, look back in the views. Hold on, we gotta go back one more. But Vampirus and Monster Odyssey are still in the top, but this is a brand new person in top 3. And then if we look at views, there's only one person who is still in the top 3 in week 9. And that's crazy to think, like, these series that had been reigning supreme for the whole contest has completely changed. Like, so Red Whirl, I don't think anybody could catch up with Red Whirl that week, because there was just so much there was just so much. It had so many episodes, so like it's almost gotten 12,000 likes. But I want to say, Wanna Be Witch, I came out of nowhere. Like it just posted on May 11th, and it's kind of crazy to see like how quickly it shot up in the ranks. Or its last post was on May 11th. My bad. I didn't mean just post it. But it's crazy to see how quickly it shot up in the ranks. And so I just want to pull that up real quick to show you guys like this series, if I'm remembering correctly, it just posted. One second. Wanna be. So the first post was May 7th. And look at this. From May 7th to. So May 7th was a Wednesday. I took down these stats on May 12th. And so from May 7th to May 12th, this series shot into the top number 2 in the top 3 likes, like practically overnight. So this is what I'm saying. Like, don't like when posting early, I feel like you put yourself at a disadvantage to an extent, because unless you just don't care, like you're like, I don't necessarily want to work with webtoons, but if they offer me a contract, I'll consider it. So I'm just going to post what I have and enter and go. I feel like spending more time polishing, refining, making sure like the dialogue slaps, making sure like, if you're entering a more difficult genre like comedy, that the jokes hit, making sure if you're entering like gripping, that it's actually suspenseful and mysterious and engaging, and it really evokes something from the reader. Like there's so much that you can do to refine and keep refining, and like you can worry about social media later or worry about the audience aspect later. Producing something that is good, something that is quality, will always hands down find the right audience. I don't care what people say. Like, that's not 100% true, but that's what I like to believe. So looking at this, you can see Red World continue to remain number 1. And it is the only series in the top 3 that has a previous like series associated with it. So like this is a remake. Wanna Be Witch and Take Me Out are 100% original series. Like they did not have a previous version. Now the create at least a previous version on Webtoons. Could they have it somewhere else? Sure. I did not do enough research on that. I was not going to spend a bunch of time figuring out whether they had another series posted somewhere behind a paywall or any of that stuff. Long story short, apparently they're doing something good, because these series like jumped up in the ranks. So let's look at the top 10. Oops. I did not mean to click that. Can we go back, please? Okay. So let's look at the top 10 and I will answer a few questions. Vero, did you leak your contest entry in your 800k views comic? Oh, Vero, you have another series. Very, very interesting. Oh, okay, you're talking about this up here earlier. Ironically, my other webtoon has over 800k views, and my dumb butt is making another comic for the contest. Hey, I mean, do what you gotta do, Vera. Who knows? Yes, that's very impressive, Vero. Great job. Sub Sam Jam, sure, but those readers might want to check out your contest entry if they know you've made one. That's 100% true. Hi, Delphi. Cod said also they have a popular series too, so that's why they managed to go up fast. Yeah, that could be it. I mean, they do have another series on the platform, but like, I didn't want to get into the weeds of like what's really like. I know they have another series, and I know that, having another series helps your other series 100%. I just did not go into the research on like the numbers for their other series. So that definitely could be a reason why this other series really popped off. Cod said, I hope one of us will win and become a Webtoon original so we have an insider spy. Shh, don't say that too loud. Delphi said that spy is going to have to sign an NDA. So not a lot of insight there. Yup. True God of Destruction. Hey, Apollo, trying to submit today. Let's go. I'm very excited, Destruction. I'm gonna just start calling you Destruction. Oatmeal and peaches. That would be so cool if they did. Plus, some inside info never hurt nobody. I can agree. I would love some inside info. Artsy K said, I never get notifications. No, but it's the first time I've gotten a chance to talk with you, Artsy K. So hello, glad you can make it to the stream. Kaylee said, I got another webtoon, only 3 episodes so far, that's set in the same world as my contest entry. I love it. I love it. I love it. 10 out of 10. I put in a request to join Canvas Discord now that my entry's up. Don't know how long I'll have to wait for a response. I hope not long. Let us know. All right, so there are the top 10 in likes. You can still see that Love Stuck is there. Like, it's doing really good. Vampirus is still there. Red Whirl is still there. But, we've seen these two jump up in the ranking. And we're seeing, the numbers just increase week by week. Like, the lowest number, it looks like here is about 4,300. So the likes have really gone up. And I guess that's a good sign that people are engaging with the contest and, that there's actual people checking it out. Maybe since they put the stupid banner on when you open the app, that people are actually going to look at the contest entries. But who am I to know whether that's the actual cause or not for, people actually being interested in checking out something that is a major event on the platform. But, I'm not salty or anything. All right, top in each category. So here are the top 10 in Epic. So, again, diversity in all different types of series, all different types of entries. All of them look super different too, which I'm really excited about. I was expecting possibly a bunch of people to just kind of do like shonen type stuff. So I'm really, really excited to see that a lot of these entries are very diverse and different. What I will say is something that I've always kind of preached about is the top 3 here in this category kind of follow the rule of thumb that I think is really important for a thumbnail. It's a headshot and then it's a simple background. This one's not as simple, but it's still a headshot, so it kind of works for what I'm saying. Mainly these two, but with the headshot, the simple background, it just makes the character pop so much more. Like having a contrasting color in the background or a color that really harmonizes the overall image makes it very eye-catching. And this is what I would say. If you have your own series, put it with a bunch of thumbnails in your category and see if it stands out or not. Certain colors draw the eye. Certain images, stand out among other images. There's a little bit of a science to it, in my opinion. So it's super, super, super important to make sure that your thumbnails are the best that they can be. You don't want people to not click on your series because your thumbnail needed less complexity. Save the complexity, in my opinion, for the webtoon. All right. Let's look at the top 10 in feels. So, and this is this also gives you a glimpse. Remember, each category is going to be picked to have their own, their own 10 to move on to the next phase, or how many, I can't remember at the moment, and this is why it's important to put everything in a relative perspective, because when we were talking earlier, we talked about how Love Stuck for all contest entries had moved out of the top 3. But when we look here in the top 10 for feels, it's number 2. And it's number 2 by a huge amount. It goes, number 1 is in the 8,000 likes, number 2 is in the 7,000 likes, and then the third one is in the 4,000 likes. So you can just see how drastically different these numbers are for how these entries are viewed and perceived. So that's why I'm it's very relative. All of this information is so relative because this is not a 1-for-1 where you're entering a contest at the Olympics and it's the one who runs the fastest or swims the fastest wins. This is all about perspective. It's all about perception. It's all about how Webtoons feels about your entry. And then if we look at the top 10 for gripping, remember Vampirus had moved out of top likes and it had moved, was it in top likes? I think it moved out of top likes and it was in top views. But if we look in gripping, it's number 1. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, although it's not overall the best, if it wins in its category, who cares? I guess the best aspect only really applies if you're trying to be first place winner. But if your goal is just to make top 10 or get 5,000 or whatever you're planning to do, like, being in the top for your category is super smart. Super, super, super smart. All right, and then here are the top 10 for laughs. And this is another instance where if we look at views here, I Want to Kiss 100, I can't remember, Monster Girls, is that what it is? It is number one in views, so it's beating Wanna Be Witch, but Wanna Be Witch is in top 3 for most likes. So that's where I'm saying, like, all of this is so relative, and there has to be a balance to look at all of this information. Like, nobody can just look at this information and say, yep, that series is outperforming everything, and that's the one that should be the winner. We can't say that, especially not right now. Like, none of these series are doing huge enough numbers where I would say, like, Webtoons would be like, what the heck is going on? Why does this series have 100k likes? Why is this series performing like an original and we didn't promote it? Like, so that's why I'm saying that unless a series does something like that, then I feel like, just let it be. And there's gonna be 40 winners. Hello. Delphi said they call it audience appeal, not author popularity. So if that's their intention, the way they put it is misleading. Yes. Hi, Thor. I agree with you, Delphi, by the way. Cod said, to be honest, they don't have a good likes and view count coefficient. What do you mean? Explain. Delphi said, my goal at this point is just to get shortlisted. Yes. If you haven't read Pirates of the Hard Knocks, go and do it right now. Nero said, I don't think they want to promote their event for the reason that they want the creators to do their own marketing and bring in people to the platform, which is worth 40% after all. I mean, I detect no lies. I'll agree with that. Okay, so here's some motivation for all of you out there who have not finished and are putting finishing touches on your entry. So let's get to that finish line. We are so freaking close. All right. Also, shout out to all of the creators who I'm listing here. So, if you see your series, just know that I'm a fan and that I'm wishing all the best for you. So number 1 is done is greater than perfect. I mentioned this before, but I feel like I must keep mentioning it. Do not get stuck in the perfectionist hole that has had a grip on my entire existence all of my life. So right now, 80% finish and uploaded beats 100% perfect and never posted. I thought this was like an insane thing when I was typing it out. I was like, you know what? I needed to hear that, because if you get to 100% and you don't post it or you miss the deadline, then all of that work is kind of wasted to an extent. So it's like, okay, yeah, this panel may not have enough rendering on it, or I might have missed onomatopoeia here, or there might be a typo here, or there might be a mistake here, or this hand looks wonky, or I didn't have time to, look for detail corrections where characters are missing, like, pieces of jewelry or things like that. Like, it's so much more important to just post the freaking thing than to worry about those minor details, because at the end of the day, if you don't post, you lost. And if you post and it's incomplete and you lost, at least you post it. Like, it's kind of one of those situations where it's like, so do I just not enter because I don't like it? Or do I enter and maybe Webtoons will be like maybe Webtoons will look down on me and be like, you know what? There's a lot of potential for this series. You're not going to win the contest, but we'll definitely reach out to you in an email after the contest. So perfection doesn't win. Execution does. So you can sit and think all you want in your head and think about how you want to, create an epic series, how your ideas are so good, and you talk to people about your series and, they're excited about it and they love to hear about it, but then you never actually present it to the world. It's never brought to life or never seen. Then it's not going to have any chance of winning anything. Like, whether it's winning hearts, whether it's, making you become a full-time creator. So you've got to just put it out there at some point. Like, this is what, and this is to me specifically, as someone who struggles with this all the time, I have to remind myself that my worst critic, like my worst critic is me. I am my own downfall. So do not be your own downfall, okay? And here's the thing. I have noticed, like, since I'm getting closer and closer to actually posting, like, there's a lot of people that are interested in, like, what I'm creating and, like, want to actually support me. Like, people can't cheer for your story if it's still sitting in your drafts. And it's so wild to me that I haven't even posted yet. And sometimes I'll get a message. I've gotten a few messages here through this week, and people will be like, I'm so excited to see your series. Can't wait to see it. And I'm like, what the heck? What do you mean? What do you mean? Why do you want to see this? Why? And so, but then it kind of like hypes me a little bit, because it's like, you know what? Sometimes people just want to invest in you. So do the thing. Just put it out there and let people have a chance to actually support you. And this is a quote that I found that I thought to be really like powerful and moving. It says, a rough but complete chapter will always take you further than a perfect idea stuck in your head. And I was just like, oh my good grief. Why is this so profound? Like, I loved it 100%. Like, I just felt like this spoke to me on a deep emotional, like subconscious level. I was just like, you know what? These episodes might be rough, but you know what? I'm putting it out there. So, key point, done. Better than perfect. Just put it out there. Okay. My next point was trying to put like a different perspective on your entry. And so this could serve as like a portfolio for you. Like, this entry you could use to talk to other companies. You could use it to like showcase your skills. Like, there's so much that you could do that I feel is impactful. So even if you don't win, you can walk away with a polished, I'm air quoting, polished series that you can build on. So whether you decide to move forward with your entry, or whether you decide to use this as something to just showcase your skills, like, this is most likely the pinnacle of your skills at the moment, and it could be the potential thing that gets you a job. So you've survived. Like, within this chaos of this contest over the last 6 months, you've survived. You've actually created something within a deadline. So like, on a professional level, you kind of understand like the chaotic nature of like working at Webtoons, even if you're not an original yet, and you survived it. You got 3 awesome episodes out of this. And like I've been saying, you can point to a actual project. Like, when someone's like, oh, you work on comics, like, do you have anything that I could see? You can be like, yes, I do. Here it is. This is it. Like you're not just one of those people that's like, oh yeah, I'm writing a book. And it's like, oh, okay, that was 10 years ago. Like, where's the first chapter? Can I read that? And they're like, no, I haven't started on it yet. And it's like, oh, bruh. Oh, Jess, why do you know me so well? Jess said, yes, perfection is your enemy. Perfection is everyone's enemy. Are you? Hello. I want to see Apollo's army of waifus. So you'll just have to wait and see. Rena said, this is exactly what I needed to hear. I'm low-key embarrassed with the result of my comic. Do not be embarrassed. Like, I'm just going to scream this from the rooftops. Like, making a series, like, especially if it's a brand new idea from scratch all the way to this point by yourself, is insane. Like, webcomic making is literally the work of like 16 people. Like, like, you could have a whole company that's dedicated to making one webtoon by itself. So do not be so hard on yourself, because this is an insurmountable amount of work. Like, working on these 3 episodes, all I did was I did the script, I did the like feedback adjustments to the script, I did the storyboards, and I did the line art, and that was gonna take me out. I don't know how people get coloring done. I don't know how people get rendering done, and they do all of this in the week. Like, insanity. Could could practically never be me. Like, I'm just like, it's insane. It's an insane amount of work. Okay, here's the thing for all of you. Like, remember, you actually grew a bunch while you were working for this contest, whether it's from like a storytelling standpoint, like just think about like as you were crafting your story, you were getting feedback for people, you were like learning how to like clarify your story, you were learning, am I weak at plot? Is it plot that's the problem? Is it characters that are the problem? Is it my designs? Like, everything that you really put into this has helped you. Like, maybe your art has gotten stronger. Like, maybe this is your first comic and you really learned like, okay, like if I have time, I can really polish things and make it look good. But under a deadline, it really exposes a lot of your weaknesses. You're like, okay, I can't actually draw hands. Like, yeah, if you gave me 3 days to sit there and figure out how to draw this hand, I could do it. But you know what? I can't actually do this. This is something I need to practice. So there's tons and tons of things that you probably were awakened to that really showcase like how you can continue to grow as an artist. And likely your speed improved. I will say this, from episode 1 to episode 3, I know I got faster at drawing. I mean, I got faster at drawing partially because of the deadline, but there was a lot of late nights of me just sitting up working on pages. And I was like, oh, can I get actually 10 panels done in a day? I was able to do it. Like, not every time. Some nights I was just tired after work, but I was actually able to do it, which literally shocked me. But because I'm a really slow artist, like I draw super slow. Like, I'm the type to sit there and like draw a hair strand and then be like, nope, it doesn't look right, undo and do it again. Like, I'm the type where I want like that whip line to look good. Like, I'm like, oh, that end, like it didn't end the way I wanted it to be. Let me erase a little more. So I just feel like you, and I'm saying you, but I mean we grew a bunch. Like, we also learned how to work under pressure. I tell you, I still have work to do after this stream. And I'm just like, oh my God, how do originals do this? I feel like I'm about to pass out. Like, I'm literally about to be like, what the heck? I cannot complete this. So I just feel like there's so much that's involved in this that do not take it for granted. Take away the positives. Take away that you actually leveled up during this process. And I don't care what it was, but you 1000% leveled up. I'm going to be 100% honest with you about this. There's no doubt. If you manage to work on this consistently, you leveled up in something. Okay, number 4. You actually deserve to hit publish on this. Whether you were really happy about your series or whether you were not happy about the outcome of this series, just think about the amount of time. Like let's just think about that. 6 months of your life you spent working on this. 6 freaking months. And you don't feel like you need to hit publish? I don't care if you're only posting the line art. That is time that you'll never get back. We deserve to see, as your fans, what you created. Think about the emotion that you poured into this. Like, I can think of how many nights I was up, not sleeping, like up until 2 and 3 a.m. working on stuff where I'm just like, what the heck? I cannot believe that I poured this amount of effort. I poured this amount of feelings. Like, I was caring about this thing at work. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm like, ooh, on my lunch break, you know what? I can do bubble placement. On my lunch break, I can do this. I can do that. Like I get an hour for lunch. So there was like a bunch of stuff where I am like just so invested in this. And then the amount of brain power. I'm sure a few of my neurons just like short circuited. They were like, what the heck, dude? Like, we could not deal with you in this webcomic no more. Go to bed. Like, my brain was probably like, I swear, if you stay up late one more night, I'm gonna end you. Like, just from that concept alone, I feel like you should hit publish and you should be proud of what you published. Okay. So, letting your characters out into the world is just something that there's like a joy to it that I feel like you will not receive until you publish. And it comes from the way people perceive your characters and interact with them. So, like, putting them out there, letting them do their thing, letting all the work that you've shown shine through. And even if you only get one freaking comment from somebody that's like, oh my God, I don't know what your character's name is, Gloria. That is amazing. Gloria touched somebody. So don't underestimate that. Let your readers feel what you created. Let them be able to be absorbed into your world, to really take on the true meaning of your world, to understand like how impactful your world is, understand like how good your story is, the potential for your story. Because let me be honest, there's tons of stories on originals that need some help. And I mean that in terms of like, they just needed someone to polish it, to edit it, but they have massive amounts of fans. They have massive amount of people that are interested in their weekly posts. Why can't it be your series? Why can't it be you? Like, why? Give me a reason why an original who there's tons of issues with it. Plot hole, character development, slow pacing, floating head syndrome, bad dialogue, bad onomatopoeia, bad paneling, bad perspective. And yet this series is getting in the millions of views. Why can't it be you? Explain this to me. Explain. I'll wait. Just tell me. I'm going to sit here. And wait. Oh my God. Oh, are you? That's funny. It's okay to put off exercise for a while, but don't put off sleep. There's a real price. I mean, low key, I didn't put off going to the gym. I still went every day. Like, I just had to go. I just had to. I could not go to the gym. I'm sorry. Oh. Okay. So my last thing to say, and I guess I feel like this is the most impactful thing that I feel like you should take away from hitting publish is it is a terrible crime to rob the world of what only you could have made. So only you can write your story. Only you can tell that story. Only you can have that twist on that trope or that whatever. So go ahead and hit publish. I want to see what you've made. Your fans want to see what you've made. Like, there are tons of stories that are similar, but there is only one you that's writing your own story. So do not underestimate that, okay? All right, my last thing. And this is something that I feel everyone understands, but you don't really understand it until the years later. Your future self is watching. So the future version of you, the one that has like 50K subs, the one that is a Webtoon original right now, or you're printing your first volume, you're going to remember the moment that you were stressing about this contest and now you're an original. And I recently, the creator of Love Walk posted that they were like, okay, here's my series from 10 years ago. This was my first series. And I just want to showcase to you like where I was at. And they were talking about how like they did not like their English is not their first language, and they were posting on the English side of the platform, and or I don't know if they were posting on Webtoons or not, but my point is they were posting on an English platform because the comic was in English. And so it just showcased like how there is a journey. Like there might be, I don't know, but what I was going to say was, don't underestimate the fact that just because someone is an original right now, they didn't start as an original. They might not have gotten picked up from their first comic. So just remember, looking back now, and the Love Walk creator said like, looking at this now, I feel like it was so good. I feel like the amount of work, the quality that I put into the series, it was worth it, and I'm proud of it. You looking back 5 years from now will look at this series that you entered for the contest and be like, heck yeah, I'm super proud of this. Like, heck freaking yeah. Okay. And with us being like hours away, like, just don't quit. Just don't quit. Like, you might have been teetering. You might have been like, okay, am I actually going to be able to do this or not? Just look back after tomorrow, after you've published, and be like, you know what? I didn't quit. And I'm so proud, regardless of the fact whether I win, whether the comic is perfect or whatever, I actually entered the stupid contest. So the moment you hit upload, that's it. you've done it. You have officially entered the contest. And I feel like that is something to be celebrated. It's something that you can forever check mark off of your bucket list or whatever you want to say. Like you might be an original 10 years from now and be like, I remembered when I entered the Webcomic Legends Webtoon 2025 contest and I did not win, but I didn't give up. And I'm so proud that I entered that contest because it just gave me a glimpse of entering into the Webtoon world. And that's what I wanted to do. So your only job right now is to finish. The results will come, but the growth, that's already yours. And again, another quote that I found that I was just like, what the heck? Why is this affecting me? So I just felt like I had to share it with you guys. I had to share that there is something beyond this contest. Whether you win or lose, you have gained something from the contest. Okay? Okay. Okay? All right. So my question to the community, how has this contest actually affected you? Like, how do you feel like overall from your entire experience? Like, what have you learned? What have you done? Like, how are you going to move forward? Like, I need to know. All right, so let's do a quick Q&A because actually I really need to get back to working on my old series. But I just wanted to come and chat with you guys for a little bit. And I did want to do the stat review tomorrow because that's the contest deadline. And I wanted to do like a countdown thing with you guys tomorrow. So we'll jump on and do that. Just said, if Apollo is cool with it, I think I'd be really cool for everyone to post their titles in the comments after the stream so we can all see them. Yes, yes, yes. Please, please, please post your comment. Post your comic and you can link it and so that everyone can find each other. Everyone can, support each other. Like I really would love this. Like I would love for everyone to actually in the community lift each other up. like we, the 59 of us that are here, we could be 60 comments, we could be 60 likes, 60 subs for someone. And even if you don't want to sub or you do not want to comment, you could leave a like. A like goes a long way. Like you just do not understand this. You do not. So I'm just saying, don't underestimate the power of just giving someone a like in the contest. Like, you know what it's like to create a series. You know how hard it is. So I'm just saying, please, if you feel like, and don't just do like a like for like if you're going to be supportive, just be supportive. Like, I understand the concept of like for like. I have my own thoughts on it. I feel like it does have a place in certain instances of business, but I feel like for actual community, like just do something genuine. Just do what you can. Do what you freaking can. Okay. I know I missed a lot of comments, but I just had so much to say. Like I had a lot like that I needed to get off my chest. Jay said my brain completely turned to mush by third episode. I went on autopilot at that point. It is like that though. Like I've always kind of struggled myself with like creating or moving forward. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I felt like, what I was making, oh, there's a plot hole here now. Or, oh, you know what? This is not actually the direction of the series that I want to go in. And so as I was working on the series, I just kind of was like, this isn't right. I don't feel right. And if I'm not happy with it, I shouldn't post it. And I'm kind of starting to get over that a little bit because I'm starting to realize that that critical side of me is always going to be inside of my brain. And he's always going to be saying to me, dude, your series is not good enough. There are plot holes within this series. Like, why are you going to post this? And everybody's going to see those plot holes. But then I look at like originals and stuff and I'm like, there's a huge plot hole here. This series is really dragging, but people are eating it up and loving it. And so I have to keep reminding myself that the critical me does not hold 1,000% weight on everything that I do. Karen, curing my imposter syndrome. You're not an imposter. You're a Webtoon creator. Rena said, if I get even a single comment, I'll cry of happiness, sad as it may sound. Rena, what's your series? What is the name of your series? We are going to comment on this bad boy right now. I need the name. I'm going to leave a comment. Lynn said, why I'm getting emotional, lack of sleep. Oh my good grief. Yes, lack of sleep will do that to you, I promise. Ink Vision, I spent too much time on my entry, haha. I feel guilty for not abandoning it. I'm thinking of uploading it outside of the contest instead, so it at least exists. Listen, if you feel like you're not going to make the deadline, like even if I feel like if you worked on the contest, even if you only post one episode, then you can be like, I entered the contest. Low-key, that was my plan. I was like, if I only get one episode done, I'm posting that bad boy. And I'll be like, yup, I participated. I got disqualified because I had 3 episodes. But, oh man, like my draw really came out then. Like, I was so country. But, can you tell I see cows often? Oh my good grief. Kamiya said, you should be a motivational speaker, Apollo. What? I mean, probably. Yes. Rena, please drop your series title. I'm going to comment on that bad boy. Yeah, I agree, Jess. I will be the community's motivational speaker. Like, I am here to lift you up and amp you all the way up. Like, not just a little bit, not just halfway, not just 3/4. I'm like breaking the dial. Like, it does not matter what the series is. Like, I can talk about a series like it's the greatest series in existence, regardless of how I feel about it. Because why not? Like, it doesn't cost me anything to amp somebody up. Now, if you ask for a critique, that's a completely different scenario. But if we're just here to like support, I can do that. Jazza, so far I only posted 1 episode, which was perfect. And now I'm running out of time coloring episode 2 and 3 at the same time. You got this, Jazza. Just go super simple. Like, feel those layers. Like, even if all you have to do is put like a bucket drop on the last few panels so that you can make sure you reach the deadline. Hey, it's colored. It's colored. It's not just line art. Prince Boring said, wow, I pop in for some insane motivational speaking. Yes. We're here for the motivation. Rena said, I haven't posted yet, but the Industrious 7. Rena, you gotta post. Okay, Rena, please, if you're following me on any socials, when you post, DM me and I will throw it up on my story. Yup. I agree with Sean. You getting at least 1 comment. At least 1. At least 2. Lynn said, yep, this is just the beginning. It is just the beginning. For someone, for 40 people, there is a high chance that their journey to become an original is just starting. But just because you don't win, just like Instant Miso didn't win when she did her contest back then, and now she's a Webtoon darling, one of Webtoon's beloved children that posts the series every couple of years, you can be just like her. You could not win the contest and go on to be like one of the biggest English creators. Let's see. Sub Sam Jam. I posted my entry on Saturday. It's called How to Radicalize a Trophy Wife. What? That sounds actually really funny. If anyone wants to throw me a like, since I'm a Webtoon unknown, we're going to look it up. I'm going to look it up, my guy. I got you. Nero Art said, how it affected me. I'm re-questioning my whole career right now because of how I enjoyed making Giovanni. I hope I'm saying your name right. Or the series name right. Nero, I feel we've talked about this. Like, if you guys don't know, I'm friends with Nero. So we've talked about this. And I feel like Giovanni could do so good. Duck Girl said, seeing those amazing thumbnails makes me want to change mine. Is it too late now? No, you can change it. Let me pull up the thing to read real quick. Because I was looking at this earlier. Someone left the comment and was like, the rules say, and I was like, no. I have receipts on what the rules used to say. The FAQ has been updated. Webtoon, and it's number 18. if you're wondering. 2025 contests. God. Listen, Webtoons. It's so funny to me because I'm just like, nope, nope. I have receipts, y'all. This doc was altered. The doc that I had does not look like this. Okay, number 18. Can I update my submission during the contest period? So they still have up there no, but they've elaborated on it. There should be no substantive changes to your submission, including the key story elements and characters after it is submitted. Edits are permitted in a limited circumstance. Mistaken uploads, correcting typos, updating series or episode thumbnails, redistributing panels, or updating content to comply with our community guidelines. But timing is important. So that's what I'm saying. You can update your thumbnail. It's been approved. It's in the official FAQ. They felt the need that they had to put that, as they should have put from the beginning. Okay. Cod said, Apollo, what advice will you give to a beginner streamer? I don't necessarily have any advice because I just get on and yap. And I'm not like a big streamer, so I feel like that's really hard to give any advice on. Let me think. I would say, can I give you advice that I feel like I should do that I don't do? I feel like being consistent, like if I streamed every Friday at 7 p.m. CST, I think that would go over really well because I get a lot of messages from people being like, oh my God, I didn't know you were streaming. Oh my God, this stream is up today. Oh my God, like I didn't get notifications. And I feel like if I streamed at the same time every week, people would know, like, okay, Friday, 7 p.m., Apollo's going to be streaming, or, you know, whatever day I decided to pick. So I would say picking a day that 3/4 of the time you can stream on would be really beneficial. And then any other day that you're like, okay, I'm going to stream today because I have free time would just be like a bonus. But I feel like going forward, I need to pick a particular day and make sure to stream on that every week. And if I can't stream on that, let people know, be like, hey, can't stream this Friday, moving the stream to Sunday. And that would be really beneficial. So pick a day and start streaming. Also pick a topic to stream about. I would also say there's a learning curve to streaming, because if you look at some of my earlier streams when I first started streaming, I felt like I had to be a lot more reserved, in my opinion. I had to be, and it comes from the jobs that I've had. And I've always felt like I have to be very black and white on things and very fair all the time. But I feel like now, the more that I've grown, I feel like I can relay my opinion and I don't receive a bunch of backlash, or people accept it as this is my opinion. I do preface things a lot by being like, in my opinion, this is my opinion, feel how you want, like this is my perspective. But I think like being honest, being open, talking about like what you want to do would be really beneficial. So, and make sure to pick something to actually talk about. Like I think people do not like getting on a stream and like you're not saying anything, you're not engaging about anything. Like, so pick a topic of something that you want to talk about, stream about, and go from there. A really easy thing you could do. I'm sorry I'm yapping about this streaming, but my mind is just like working 90 miles an hour. But what you could definitely do is just start reading people's entries. People would show up just for that. Like that would be an easy way to get, you know, people to your stream. All right, move on from that. Let's see. A lot of people coloring today. Fat Tacky Cats said, I made it. Hi, everyone. Hi, Fat Tacky Cats. Mama Drama. Y'all be sure to like the stream to support Apollo. I really, really appreciate that. Skylark who? Fat Tacky Cats, I'm submitting my final episode tonight. Let's go, Brooke. I'm nearly done. My adrenaline is pumping so hard right now. The amount of coffee I have drank this month. Oh, yeah. I don't drink energy drinks, but I had to have Monsters this month. Like, I was like, oh, putting this in my body. Okay, but I'm going to do it. I can feel, like, the fat in my body right now. Oh my good grief! Like I feel like my diet has been terrible. It's been an awful ride. Megan said works on the webtoon was a great distraction from this current dystopia. Mine is a silly Regency fantasy rom-com with perverted monster-loving women. It is Beauty and the Beast meets Bridgerton. Oh, that's actually a really, really good description. It's Beauty and the Beast meets Bridgerton. I feel like people would click on that instantly. I love it. Chaza said, it means we should not edit after the deadline. Be careful, guys. Yeah. Please be careful. Sup, Sam Jam. I've been thinking of posting a non-episode update on the last day, wondering if that might boost my entry closer to the front near the end. Is that a pro strat? I don't know. Toka said that's true. Not everyone likes having notifications on. I 100% agree with that. Cam Jims, hello. RU said, yes, a heads up for streaming is needed. I won't be as free after the contest ends. Yes. I'm going to pick a date. I promise. Just said Apollo used to be so professional. Now we get crazy real Apollo. Yeah. You kind of do. You kind of get a lot of just like off the cuff, like what I'm just thinking. I could still like totally switch to being really professional, but I really enjoy having this outlet where I can just like let whatever is on the top of my mind come out. I still filter things because I feel like there's no need to be rude or disparaging to anyone, but I do like the fact that I can just like chat with you guys. Like, and I feel like a lot of you kind of like understand where I'm coming from and understand that it's never like malicious or anything that I say. So I feel like that works in my favor. Apollo without filters. I mean, there's a slight filter. Duck Girl said, my webtoon is called My Main Character Syndrome. By the way, I'm working on my last episode right now. Let's go. Support My Main Character Syndrome, guys. Please. Like, leave it a comment, do all the things. Kaylee said, I'm going to start checking everyone's entries once I'm done with mine. Yes. If you join the Discord that we have, there is a Google Doc that has like a bunch of people's entries on it. I'm planning to go through it after the contest ends. Cypher said, decided to torture myself and make a longer 4th episode. Oh, no. Don't do that. Especially if you've already got the 3. Save that 4th episode. Lone Wolf said, I've honestly been thinking of working on an episode overnight tonight. No. Please, guys. Like, let's just finish the 3 episodes at this point. Let's just finish that. Like, don't get too crazy. Cam Jim says, hi, Apollo. I'm late to the stream, but you going to make submission time? Yes, I am. I'm honestly shocked that I'm going to make it. Oh, man. So I have caught up to the stream. Okay. So I just want to say thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's been a blast. We've got to do our creator shout out. And I saw him here earlier. So snaps in the chat for Sean. Like, Sean kind of shocked me. Like, I knew you said you were going to make a new series and it was going to be completely unlike anything that you've made. And when I saw the thumbnail, the cover image, whatever you want to call it, when I saw that, I was like, whoa. The vibe here is vibing. Like, it's really giving like supernatural horror thriller. So guys, please support Sean. Check out his series. Like, give him all of the love. Like, I love it. Like, just from the aesthetic alone, I'm down. I'm like down bad for it. So pause the video, screenshot, do all the things, and show some support. I will have the series linked in the video description. And so definitely check it out. Snaps in the chat. A huge thank you to all of my patrons. You guys, I don't know what's been going on, but thank you for subbing. I really appreciate it. You can get some behind the scenes Queen's Game stuff. That's my series that I'm entering. You can see character designs as well as a few videos that I've made that really talk about like my process and about like the different characters and the roles that they played. And you can kind of see a lot of stuff that's been going on. Cam Jim said, wait, is this the last stream? Nope, we're going to stream tomorrow. I want to do a countdown-ish sort of stream. So I want to get on like maybe 15 to 30 minutes before the closing of the contest. And I just want to yap. I want to talk about my experience. I want to hear about y'all's experience. And so I think like I said in the beginning, I think I want to schedule that. Maybe I'll schedule it afterwards. But I think I'll go ahead and schedule a live for that so that we all can jump on and just talk about our celebration. So bring you some bubbly, bring you some snacks, and we're just going to have a good time. We're just going to like vibe out the whole time. Also, it looks like, I'm sorry if any of you were watching on TikTok or have been watching on TikTok. I honestly cannot stream to both, apparently. My computer just is not powerful enough. And like this whole time we have not received any lag. So that was likely the biggest issue that was going on. Please leave your comment down below linking your series. Like links will be fine. So you could either do a link or you could do a title. I don't know. It depends on how YouTube works. But if it lets you do a link, do a link. And let's all support and check out each other's series. All right. Well, I will catch you all in the next video.